I am Quentin Eason, Resident District Manager at Missouri State University, and
I'm Nicole Young. I'm the Marketing Director at Missouri State University.
we are going to be taking you to a live tutorial through our grow rooms. You're going to be getting these on your campus very shortly, so why don't you come on back and we'll show you what's going on. So, best kept secret on campus. This is our hydroponic grow room. Used to be an old storage facility. Now it's something productive. We'll keep people out of here, so we'll unlock this, and voila. So, as you can see, all of these towers are grown to support all of these mobile racks that you'll be getting on your campuses. So these will show up unassembled. There's a video on the link that we have in the PowerPoint presentation. They're very, very easy and quick to assemble. You can build these in about an hour. The bottom gutters already come glued, which is great. So you don't have to worry about gluing those. And then you just assemble the metal pieces with your tools that are on the link, and you should be good to go. Nicole, why don't you come in here and we're going to walk you through a little bit. We want to talk about safety first because it's important. And so we're obviously have these lights here, so we have our safety glasses, so that's good. And then also all of your chemicals that are going to be available for your grow room will come with MSDS sheets. You're going to need to put those in an MSDS book as you get those when they come in. So you can build your own grow room manual, and all the MSDS sheets and paperwork logs are on here for you so that you can keep those in track if you need those.
There's also links to a lot of the grow logs as well as the manager's guide and things like that in the presentation, and a QA guide is coming shortly.
Great. So why don't we walk around this way? We're going to show you first how the plants get started. So your first order is going to come in with this case of grow plugs. So these plugs are on your order guide. Those are called grow cubes. We plant our seeds inside of there. Your seed resources is also on there. And as we showed you before, it's an invented door. So this is how similar to how you would grow. So you have your trays, which are on your resource guide, your tags are on your resource guide, and your plugs are on your resource guide. Those all get started, and you want them to go for about 2 weeks before they are able to be planted. So now these are all ready to be transplanted, and so these will go into these empty towers. And Nicole, actually, did you want to grab a tower and we'll do a quick demo?
What's great about these towers is they're made from PVC fence posts, essentially. So these are guaranteed for a minimum of 10 years, but will likely last significantly longer than that. So these are not items that you're going to have to replace with any kind of frequency whatsoever.
So it's nice to have a little work table. You're probably going to want something so you can transplant these. There's a little hole on each one of these right here. See that? So there's a hole. I put a little screw here, so that's a staging area, so one person can do this. And so that will fit in there like that, so it doesn't move around. See? And then your media, these are going to come already filled. That is your recycled media. It's made from recycled plastic, which is great. There's 2 in each tower. You're getting 7-foot towers, so you're going to get 2 in each one. Now, what's going to happen is that's your grow media. And then, so what Nicole's going to do on the other end, it's nice to have a partner. Nicole's going to do on the other end is we would take your plug, we put your plug in this space, and then this would go into here. Now Nicole will take it and lightly drag it, and then I would plant another one, usually about 6 to 8 depending on the variety. We're planting lettuce, so we can go a little bit closer together. So that would go like this. She's going to pull it all the way down, and we're going to start another one. There you go. So then we'll go again. So as you can see, it becomes pretty efficient as you're used to it. We could plant a whole, we could plant your whole rack. You have 16 towers coming to your rack. You could plant that in about 20 minutes, probably start to finish. So if you're looking for labor, it's pretty efficient as far as that goes, especially with practice. So now that's done. So our lovely Vanna is going to take this and go plug it into our unit.
And as you can see, our plants aren't super tall here. It's just really a matter of a couple weeks to get from seed to actually planting them in your towers. And because of the system that we're using, we have an ideal environment, ideal nutrients, ideal watering. These are going to grow significantly faster than plants in traditionally grown medias.
So you will take these and plug these into your unit. Now you're not going to have one of these. This is our grow room, right? We're growing everything to maturity and then transporting them, as you can see. Everything's on wheels. And so these can be moved all over campus. So we use them for catering events. We use them for different applications, living juice bars. We do living salad bar pieces. So this is going to be similar to what you're going to get on your campus. Now, if you have a bigger campus, LSU, Miami, I'm talking to you, you can probably dedicate some space and we can build you a fully functioning grow room, because you will be surprised at how much produce we go through. Nicole, what do you think? So
we go through a huge amount of produce, and what's great about these is all of these are started in our room. So if you have the luxury of a full room, you can start them here. And then when they get to harvestable state, which is about this size, we'll actually transfer them to our different dining centers or to whatever catering event it happens to be, and they can harvest these at the line in front of our guests. Another really cool thing about having a full room like this dedicated is we actually do a lot of tours in here. We'll bring in high school groups, we'll bring in other universities, we bring in sustainability foundations around the city, and we'll tour them through this room. Student groups, faculty and staff, all kinds of stuff like that. They've done a lot of leadership training and development tours through here. It's become kind of a focal point of the campus to come in and see this. We've also had local and national news publications come in and do stories as well. So it's just a great PR piece for your campus.
Yeah, the marketing potential is limitless. Essentially, we market this every week. Actually, it's become such a big hit on campus. We get multiple requests, and we're only able to fill so many. Nicole and I only have so much time. We've actually hired 2 interns to help us run this facility, and then they manage all the places on campus. So they bring the full-grown towers to the facilities. We have 3 different dining facilities on campus with a 4th being built, and they'll actually take these and transport them for us. So it saves us some time, right? But it is, like she said, the marketing piece is ridiculous. You want to walk with us back here? We'll show you the grow tanks and how the mixing and all that stuff happens. So as you can see, these are on a track lighting system in case you do want to do a grow room. This is all based on timers. So these, every 12 hours, these kick on, and they move like this, and they move back and forth along the rack to get full spectrum lighting. And also it mimics the day parts of the sun, so that the plants are going like this. As it moves, the plants are doing this. They're strengthening their roots. They're not built to grow up like this, so we're having to train them to be strong. So that way they don't break off. They're just not designed to do that. And so, you know, we can do that. I'm going to cut these off as we walk through.
We've got a closed cycle system on all of our water as well. So you guys see a lot of tubing hanging from the ceiling. All of the water cycles in through all of these trays and then cycles back into this barrel. As you can kind of hear the drip and the water noise happening in here. All of the water cycles back into here and then cycles back out to the plants. You can also hear some fans kind of buzzing in the background. That's a dehumidifier that we have hard plumbed into our system. So it actually pulls the moisture out of the air as well to conserve additional water. So not only are we filling this significantly less than you would a traditional hydroponic system, it's also significantly less than it would be if you were actually growing in the ground. This uses way less water. We're conserving water. We're also conserving energy because everything in here is energy efficient.
Great. So one of the great things that Nicole and the marketing team have put together are these educational storyboards, right? Storyboards telling our story. That's a huge part of what we do as our business. People have to know what we're doing. So we've highlighted some of the things that are some of the frequently asked questions, and we've created a storyboard throughout the facility so it talks about why we do reverse osmosis water, why we do dehumidifiers, all the cool pieces that we do. So it's just a great educational story piece. As you can see, the drip, drip, drip down here, it's very timed. It drips down into the unit in the media, and it filters through the media, and it gets all parts of the root zone, and as the roots develop and get bigger, it just creates and holds more water. So this is already nutrient rich. And then I'm going to take you over here. Nicole, do you want to grab the pH meter and the EC meter? So this is a EC meter. It's on your order guide. So this is a submersible meter. It's waterproof. This is an easy way to tell if you're hitting all of your nutrient levels. So you want it to be around 2 to 1.4 to 2. It's electric conductivity. As there's nutrients in the water, there's more conductivity or not. So we're going to take this and we're going to do a little test sample into our drum. Sorry, I'm moving fast for you. So submerge this into the tank. So we're right at 2.2 to 2. It's a little high, but we did just feed it. As we had to add more water sometimes when it evaporates, we can do that. And then we also want to test the pH. So the pH is also, this meter is also on your list. So we're going to turn this on and we're going to test our pH. We want it to be about 5.5 to 6.2, it just depends. And we're at 6.1, 6.2, so it's just about perfect. You want a slightly acidic environment. Plants love a little bit of acid. If they're too high a pH, they can't uptake their nutrients. That's in your operations manual that we put together for you. So it gives you kind of the list of what plants like what. We only really grow herbs and leafy greens. You can grow fruiting body, but it takes up a lot of space. And we feel like this is the best value for our buck. And the reason why, basil is $7 to $9 a pound, right? So when you buy your basil from the store, you're going to lose about 20 to 30%. And then you're going to have, if you can't use it all, you have to pick through the stems and the brown leaves and stuff you don't want to use. Here, you harvest what you want, and then it grows back. So Nicole can come in here and harvest all this for an event. This is a lemon lime basil. You can harvest what you want for your whole event, and then come back in 3 weeks, it's grown back. So not only do you get 100% usability, you have zero waste. And that's something big that's for our food costs was really helpful.
From a culinary standpoint, if we have an event where we want to grow a very specific type of herb or a very specific type of lettuce, if we have 6 to 8 weeks lead time, we can actually grow food customized for an event, which is not something that you can do very often. We could even take grandmother's seed of basil or whatever the case may be for somebody's event and tell them we'll grow this specifically for you. As far as a food cost standpoint, like Quentin said, there's very little waste on this. And then when it does come to points when your campus happens to be shut down, because most campuses aren't 365 days a year, if you do have additional food that's going to potentially go bad during that time point, we will actually take a lot of our local herbs and produce and take them to a local soup kitchen when we're shut down. So it's not costing us anything extra. We're providing a service to the community. They're getting hyper-local, really cool, awesome produce that's getting sent over to them, and we're helping feed members of our community as well.
Absolutely. Let's walk around this side. You can kind of see some productivity. Last week, we actually had a big event for the Watershed Gala, which is a big fundraiser for sustainability here in Springfield. And we grew 36 towers of local kale and basil for a salad we did at the event, and they raised over $15,000, and we were a huge part of that. So we're going to kind of come down the way. As you can see, we're just getting ready to start school, so we have a lot of plants that are going. But as you can see, we've got all different types of stuff in here. So this is a big lettuce leaf basil. You can use this for different applications. We can make faux sushi, those kind of things out of it. It's gorgeous. It's a ruffle leaf. Actually, the leaves will get about this big, which is awesome. And we just play around with it. Let's go look at the storyboard again. So it talks about, traditional farming and the benefits of hydroponic farming. We've got some cool photos of, this full scale. Look at this grow wall here. That's great, right? And it just shows you the layout and the benefits and why we chose to do what we did. And so the storyboards are great. And I know Nicole would be grateful would be awesome if she could send some resources, which she will, to you on maybe some ideas we have for the storyboarding. And let you just kind of have fun at each one of your locations, each one of your universities.
This storyboard itself, we actually presented at the ASHE conference last October. We had about 1,000 schools come and talk to us about this storyboard in particular. If your school happens to be a member of ASHE or sustainability as part of their platform, I guarantee you they're incredibly interested in this. Most of the universities we talked to said, how can we get our food service provider to install one of these gardens for us? Your clients want to see this, your students want this information. It will save you money in the long run, but more importantly, and even better for your contract, your clients are going to think of you as a partner. Your students are going to know that you care about sustainability, which is huge with Generation Z.
That's right. One of the great things about this is you can scale up. And the reason I say that, because these can be retrofitted to any size or station. You could be a small university, you could be a very large scale school like ourselves. You can always buy more, right? And so it's not like, it's one and done, it's a specific unit. These can be swapped out for different size applications all over campus. So don't feel limited. If you feel like, I only have 500 students, that's okay. One rack will be great. If you have 35,000 students, great. Build a grow room, and then you can take these and transport them across campus. That's the great thing about the availability. Now, one thing I do want to make a caveat, your units are upgraded, right? These are one of the first models that we designed back about 4 years ago. The new model is super, super cool. It's the Ferrari of the grow room. So there's some adjustable ratchets on the top, and there's actually lights that hang in front of this. So I had to have a grow room to build lights. You're going to have lights already on this rack. So, as your plants grow, you can adjust the lights out, and you can adjust them in when they're smaller. They're T5 lights. They're about this wide, about as wide as this. And your T5 lights will hang right in front of your racks, and they will grow all in one place. So if you are a small school, you can't build a grow room, that's okay. This thing grows just by itself. The biggest concern we have that we've had in the past is a school will go buy one of these, and they'll put them in a window, and they're going to think they're going to grow. You have to have at least 8 hours of direct sunlight for them to grow. And that's just for one side. So there's not 16 hours of sunlight anywhere unless you have a greenhouse space. So we had to modify those so that they can be, used in every single application on campus. So that's super great. So if you have any questions, concerns, Nicole and marketing team have done a great job putting all the resources together in a one-stop shop. Also, we're here for, we've been doing this for about 3 years now, and so there's a lot of pitfalls and things that, it's different, right? We're not built to grow food, and so we're getting around that. Health department will be another big question for you. I would reach out to your local health department and find out what the rules and regulations are. We were able to get around it here. We were able to get around it in Houston, which has very strict health department laws because of our operations guide. We were showing that we were handling it just like ready-to-eat food. You have to wash your hands, you have a dish machine log, you have to wash all the parts and do E. coli bacteria testing, which I also will have a link on there as well to show you how to do that. Most of your campuses, the cool thing is, you can check it right on campus. The biology department has partnered with us at no cost to us. They will come in and check this for foodborne pathogens once a quarter. They'll grab a leaf off and they'll grind it up and test it for pathogens, and we can submit that to the health department to show that we are doing our good venture as far as being GAP certified. So GAP, you hear a lot about that. Good agricultural practice. That's what we're trying to do. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out.
Guys, as always, we have lots of resources that we're happy to send you. We're happy to mentor on this process. If you have any more questions or concerns, please let us know. But this is an awesome tool for your campus. It's an awesome tool for your students. Your clients are absolutely going to love it.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing all of your feedback. As a CFE, I love seeing innovation and pioneering innovation. I would love to see what you're doing differently. It will help us grow as well. And we thank you for your participation today. And again, as Nicole said, if you have any questions, concerns, reach out. Otherwise, best of luck, and let us know what we can do to help.
Thanks,
CFE,
guys.